Stop because Marcelo's here.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How are you, Marcelo?
I'm good.
Is Fi still there with you?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up?
Is it possible to rejoin the chat? Because the picture went a bit fuzzy on.
Oh yeah, of course. Let me just close this and I'll join again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, Marcelo. If you can bear
Oh,
with
no
me
problem.
for 2 minutes. All right. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, we're straight into the next interview, but yes, the Pet one looked a little fuzzy for me there. I'm not sure if it was same for you. ESR, what's up? Yeah, sorry. Yeah, we didn't get any notifications. I made a late decision to do this. There it is, a little bit better. Yeah, thank you, Marcelo, for joining me. How are you doing, sir? Good to see you again.
I'm doing good. I'm just dealing with the cold rooms over here.
Oh yeah, it's freezing in those rooms.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
they need to turn that aircon off. Maybe Fi can help later. Yeah, I'm a bit warmer over here, but you're happy to be back in Bangkok. Obviously, made your debut in January 4-1. That special comeback fight. But how are you feeling for the second fight here?
But that's exactly how I feel. Like, it's good to make my comeback from my comeback in Thailand again. So I felt like special the first time to be in Thailand for the first time, but now it feels like great to be able to come back here.
Will it be a bit easier in terms of you won't have as many nerves? Maybe you weren't feeling nervous in January, but perhaps you'll be a bit more able to focus just on the matchup this time.
I feel like you feel nervous no matter what, and you just like you just gotta have to manage. But to me, go to one for the second time, at least now I know what to expect. And to be like doing this in Thailand again, I feel like doesn't feel that much like a new anymore. Feels great. But like I'm glad there's nothing like that I need to get used to. I feel like just like the first time.
It was a bigger arena then, obviously, Impact Arena. This is smaller but cozier, shall we say, Lumpini Stadium. Has it been a dream of yours to compete at Lumpini Stadium? Obviously, it's a very famous stadium for Muay Thai, but not so much grappling. But is it going to be a cool one to tick off your list when you compete there on Saturday?
I definitely like to think that way, but just like I never thought about doing Muay Thai when I was a kid. It's not something that I have from that young. But you hear so much about like the tradition over here of Muay Thai and being competed in Lupin, like it's amazing. It's just like I can't wait to have that feeling. And like you just said, like after I conquer my fight over there, to just kind of like enjoy and have those memories from like a special place, not just from what you just did, but from like where you did. I feel like definitely like, special for me.
Yeah, and there's an interesting question here in the live chat saying, how do you think the ring and the ropes are going to affect you? Obviously, it was in a cage. Your debut is one championship. This time the ring. Have you been practicing with that in mind?
That definitely goes through my mind, but at the same time, like if you're a competitor, you should be able to control your space in a ring, in the cage, um, and you should be able to know to like how to control to don't let your opponent push you against the ropes or anything. I should be able to manage that the way that I want. That's why is my plan. That's what I'm training for. It's the same thing when you go to like a jiu-jitsu match that you have like the line around the center. If you want, you don't let nobody push you outside. If you aware about that, you're close to that, you should be able to kind of do whatever you have to do inside the line and not outside. I feel like that's something that as a competitor you should be able to manage that the same way how you manage your opponent, your technique. You should manage like your space. I think that's something that we should do like every day, even in the gym. You have your students, you have your training partner around you. You should be able to kind of like control the space and don't kick nobody or not sweep somebody on top of somebody or not take somebody down like on top of your friend. You know what I mean? Like, that's something that like everyone, that likes to go compete should be able to have that control of the match.
What do you make of your opponent as well, Lachlan Giles? Also, someone coming out of retirement for this fight. I think some people have been looking forward to this one, maybe online. They said this would be a good matchup. Do you feel the same way?
Yes, but I didn't even know he was retired. I thought he was still
Yeah.
competing, and we were looking for names to me to come back. And this time, and then I gave his name, and I wasn't expecting that he was retired. And then the answer came from like Tone the Blast. They're like, "Oh, he's retired, but he said like for this match he would do." I was like, "Oh, that would be great." And then that's when we start to really talk more serious about like he becomes my next opponent. After my comeback uh, in the beginning of the year, I wasn't expecting to take that long, but did, and I'm glad that I'm coming back against like a good challenge. I know it's not gonna be an easy match, but like I know he's a good one. And one thing that I literally didn't know, I didn't know people were so excited for this match. I didn't know people was like looking forward to one day to see me going against Lachlan, and that caught me by surprise because it was something that was just like came from me. I just came out of my mind that like I want to be able one day to test my jiu against Lachlan, because I was there when he competed in the ADCC, and I felt like. Oh, I want to test. I want to see what he can do like against me. What I mean, it's just like those are the things that makes you kind of excited about go compete. Not know what's gonna happen. If you know what's gonna happen, it's just not exciting. I mean, but then when you think you have something to face against somebody who did something like important, that's what is excited me for me.
Well, he says this is it, one and done. He's not going to do another fight in one championship, but I imagine you want to compete again, right, next year?
Look, that was definitely like what I was just saying before. They're like, I took so long to come back. I want to do more, and I'm still feel the same way. I took so long to come back. It's just like a crazy to imagine, like how life took me off from the competition for so long, and lot of was my choice, but at the same time, it wasn't my choice to take that long. And now that I'm able to do like this match, like I hope to continue that way. I hope like to have more matches from after this, and that would be like a big part of my life. In the
That's
future.
good. Well, Striking Nation here in the chat is asking about you and the champ, Cade Rutolo, lightweight grappling champ, hasn't defended his belt in a while, and apparently Chatri said he'd like to see that one. Is that in your mind, or is that a step too far for you?
I think Shati already mentioned that to me, and that one definitely that is the match that I hear people talk a lot. Um, I don't know if everybody really wants to see me going that way, but obviously, guys, I almost feel like a bad luck when I'm about to go face somebody and talk about a next match after that. But I hear people wants to see me against this against Kate, you know what I mean? And I just don't want to talk that much about it because I feel like I'm about to go, and I feel almost disrespect with my opponent now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, there was another legend who came and competed in Tokyo, Rafael Lovato Jr. What did you make of his performance against Giancarlo Bodoni?
Isn't that amazing? Like what he did over there, compete like against a very young opponent who has won the DCC, I believe, 2 times. And Rafael, after like he's not young anymore, and to be able to you know display like a good jiu-jitsu and hold on like to his grips, and then be able to face somebody like on the level is pretty amazing. It's inspiring, and I know Rafael, and I just want you to know that was a big inspiration for me too.
Yeah, because I'm asking you about Cade and the belt because he told me he wants them to create a belt that he can fight for at 205 pounds. He feels as young as ever. Even if it's not Cade, it was gold on your mind when you came back to one championship, or is it in your mind now? Do you feel you have to compete for a title before you can retire again and call it a day on your career?
I believe it would be great, to one day to test against the champion, because I used, I was I was the champion when I took all the time, and and now there's a other champion who would be interesting if that could happen one day.
Yeah. But about Lachlan, you do have a big challenge, ahead of you. Are you confident of getting a finish on Saturday? How do you see it going against Lachlan Giles?
I think confidence is something that I always work on that. It's something that's a big part of my life. I feel confident to do everything that I want to do, but at the same time, I can see the fight go in all different ways. I think a good quality that I have, I'm prepared for everything. I'm prepared to have a quick fight. I'm prepared to have an easy fight. I'm prepared to have like a tough fight. I'm prepared to any surprise. Maybe he'll try throw me. I'm prepared to the fight go any way that we go.
All right. And I don't know if you have any dream matches left, but yeah, who is your dream match? Asks Dark Side. Is there anyone you would still want to face before you again? Yeah, you hang up
Me,
your gi, so to speak.
I used to think that way. I used to see some guys like, oh, I didn't win against this guy yet. Oh, I don't know why I never went against this other guy who was always like a C in the tournament. Now I'm not that young anymore. I don't think I can keep chasing people like that. I feel I just want to be able to last longer. I just want to feel like a young, how I'm still feel like for longer, and I want to be able to display a good jiu-jitsu. If one day I go there and I feel like I cannot display a good jiu-jitsu anymore, obviously that could be push me back. You know what I mean? When I say pushing back, like maybe I'm gonna have to just fight people my age, but I'm still feel like I want to do that. But I'm not chasing nobody. I'm just chasing like a long life. That's what I'm chasing, a long life competing and taking care of myself, because that's the best what I take from the competition. I feel like when I have a match schedule like that, I'm more like careful to things that I do. I take care more of myself. My dieting gets better. My mind gets more focused. I feel like it's very health thing to do. Like I have a challenge ahead of you.
All right. Well, thanks for speaking to me again, Marcelo. It's a pleasure and an inspiration, to see you compete again. And I'll see you. I'll be there tomorrow at the weigh-ins. Is everything okay with the weight and the hydration?
Yeah, I feel like less than 3 pounds over. So I'm about to get everything done. Still have 2 trains to go. I would like to train today. I would like to train tomorrow because it's Thursday. Tomorrow is going to be Thursday, and I'm only compete on Saturday. So I still like to sweat a little bit. So all that is like a part of make the weight.
All right. Well, good luck for the weigh-ins and good luck for the fight. I'll see you there. Appreciate you
All
talking
right,
to me.
that's
Thank
great.
you, Marcelo.
That's great. I didn't know. I'll see you tomorrow. So that's good.
Yes,
See you
sir.
tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. All right, that is Marcelo Garcia. He will be up against Lachlan Giles at 1 fight night 38.
How are you?
Good. How are you? Thanks for joining. Nice to
No
see you.
worries. Good to see
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, we have now Lachlan Giles here of his fight with Marcelo Garcia. How are you doing, sir? How's Bangkok treating you?
Yeah, good. I just got in last night, so just mostly just spent my time inside a hotel room so far. But I had a little bit of training in this afternoon, so that should be good.
Yeah. I presume you've been there before, or is this your first time? Or we frozen?
To Phuket quite a few times, but I think last year the ADCC trials were in Bangkok, so I just had some teammates competing, or with some students competing, really. So I came to coach. So yeah.
Perfect. Well, hopefully you get to see a bit more of it after fight week, but it is pretty busy, and you do have a big matchup coming up against such a legend. How do you prepare for this man, Marcelo Garcia?
I mean, you just try to, you try to work your game, make sure, you can get, obviously Marcelo Garcia is incredible, and he's very good at certain things. I think there's certain areas of jiu-jitsu that I think I have an advantage, and the aim is to bring the match there where I can try to take advantage of that. So.
And I'm sure you've been watching a lot of his matchups, but especially did you watch back the January Bangkok Impact Arena when he made his one debut? It was such a nice moment, obviously, with everything he's been through. But yeah, have you been studying that one in particular?
I watched that a little bit, but kind of didn't really get to see the area of the game that I want to play in. So I didn't get to read much about like what I expect most of the match to occur when we fight. So it's basically in that one, Marcelo like quite quickly got to a very good position, which is hopefully what doesn't happen on Saturday. So I'll be working hard to make sure I have good defense prior to that and can get my offense going. So yeah.
Yeah, and he obviously has this incredible backstory, overcoming serious illness and coming out of retirement. What did that give you sort of inspiration as well? And is it tough to fight someone like that when you see them have such hardships in life and overcome it?
I've tried not to focus so much on that. I'm assuming he's at his best, and I'm preparing for a Marcelo that I'm preparing as if he's the 27-year-old or whatever it was that was winning ADCC multiple times. So that's basically like what I'm expecting. So I kind of just almost ignored that side of it.
Well, yeah, it's a big moment for you as well, I'm sure. How proud are you to be on this card and in this organization?
It's an amazing opportunity to get to fight. In my opinion, the best of all time in the sport. So it's a huge honor to be able to do this.
How did it come about, and when did this matchup come together?
I heard about it in September. I'm not sure like how long prior to that talks were going on, but it was something. I'd read some comments online that people thought it would be a good match, and I'd sort of thought just in my head like, would I or wouldn't I take it? And because I've been retired, and I was kind of like, oh, I don't know. And then when it actually got offered it, I was like, oh, I can't turn this one down. So yeah, it's good.
Yeah, you can't turn that down, as you said. But would you like to do more if this one goes well? Would you want to stay competing in one championship?
I was quite happily retired, doing all this weight cutting and all that sort of stuff. I was not enjoying that side of it. I even did. I don't normally do any conditioning, but I did lots of conditioning to try to get fit, just because I guess I used to just sort of try to get that in training, but as you get a bit older, it's harder to push yourself because your body will sort of pay for it. So I had to go and do external cardio, which was horrible, but probably useful. But look, I feel like honestly, I'm rolling as good as ever. Like my performance, I think, is great, but I also don't want to. I was quite happily retired, so I'll probably go back to that. I don't really want to go back and compete especially against any of these 20-year-olds. I think last time I competed was against Cade Bertolo, who like he won, but he was 19 years old at the time or something, so he won that ADCC. But yeah, that was my last match in my division. So I'm getting older and they're staying the same age, so it's nice to have someone like Marcelo. He's 3 years older than me, so that's it's a good matchup.
Well, yeah, he's obviously the champion here at lightweight. So you're not tempted to have a rematch with Cade and try and win the belt?
I don't think so. Nah, not with Cade. Probably not in general too. But yeah. I'll leave this. This is a good one to go out on with the GOAT. So yeah.
Well, Sean would like to see that in the chat. He would like to see you have a rematch, but maybe not. Are you impressed with these twins, Cade and Ty? Just everything they're doing, not just grappling now, MMA and one championship.
Yeah, of course. I think they're. I've been sort of. I remember when I was competing as a black belt and watching. It was kind of funny. You'd show people videos of the Rotolos at would have been 7 or 8 years old, doing berimbolos, some advanced jiu-jitsu moves, and used to show people wow, look at these kids. And then 10 years later, I'm facing him at ADCC. So I'm very impressed. That you're obviously great athletes, and I think they're good ambassadors for the sport as well. They're really good.
You're not surprised at all by their success at such a young age? I think they're just 21 still.
No, I think they're they've been training like they're full-time athletes since they were kids. So I think they certainly deserve the success they've had.
Yeah, well, there was another veteran grappler and MMA fighter out there in Tokyo a few weeks ago, Rafael Lovato Jr. Did you catch his matchup as well with Giancarlo Bodoni?
Yeah, he did fantastic. So yeah, that was a good match actually. Yes, some really good scrambles in there too. So yeah, the old guys can keep going, but I think for me this is still my last.
Well, yeah, he wants to come back. He wants to fight for a title. Definitely not you, right?
No.
Okay. All right. You're out. Well, just your final thoughts then ahead of this matchup. What can people expect? Sean also thinks it's going to be done in 6 minutes or less here in the chat. Are you envisioning a quick finish, or is it going to go to the scorecards?
Oh, look, I mean, who knows what's going to happen, right? That's the beauty of this matchup. It's I think it's a real clash of styles. I tend to be more favorable in the leg exchanges. Marcelo's obviously probably going to be looking to be on top and trying to pass and get to his, he's obviously extremely good if he can get past the guard, and he's good everywhere obviously, but I think he's like an absolute nightmare if he can pass the guard, get towards side control, mount or the back. So I think there's going to be, especially for the jiu-jitsu fans, there's going to be a real good technical battle, and a good clash of styles. All
right, I look forward to it. I'll be there tomorrow at the weigh-ins. Everything okay with you ahead of the weigh-ins?
Yeah, I was pretty much on weight already this morning. So now it's that annoying phase where you've got to kind of just stay the same weight and stay hydrated too. So yeah.
Yeah, have you ever done this hydration testing? Is that something different?
No, I never actually did enormous weight cuts anyway. I usually would start too early and end up pretty much on weight a few days before, which is pretty much happened again. But I mean, with the hydration test, it's kind of good because I feel like I'd rather that than someone who cuts an extra 5 kilograms and then they're weighing that extra amount from rehydrating. So I think it's nice to be able to avoid that a bit.
All right. Well, we'll see you there. Good luck with everything. Yeah. And thanks for speaking to me, Lachlan Giles. We'll see you at the weigh-ins, and then we'll see you on Saturday against Marcelo Garcia. Don't miss it, guys. Thank you very much.
What's up, everyone? Dom Lau here, and you are watching Nick Atkin's One Championship News. If you haven't already, be sure to like this video and all the rest, and of course, subscribe. Oh, you think I'm kidding? No, you should really do it. No, do it now. Don't scroll. No, don't stop. What are you doing? Don't even think about it. Don't even think about turning it off. Don't switch. Don't subscribe now.